few more minutes if you guys are okay.
Sure. Yeah, I'm good.
But I'd love to just be able to kind of go through all of this and just listen.
Okay. We've talked about I guess here, what I've written for getting the community involved is, um, I don't know, Twitter and Noster, we know about this. So starting a discussion over there and then coming to Geyser through that. That's sort of also discovering a project. Oh, okay, so something that I kind of took from this discussion and put here in this card. Yeah, getting the community involved through Geyser and sort of hosting Geyser as the place where you talk to your community. That is a unique opportunity that isn't presented really anywhere else. Like you're saying, people, especially at Tab last weekend at TabConf, I heard so many people being like, I'm not going to enter this Telegram group because I have too many. And there's friction with those. While they do like solve that problem, it's also like it's just another chat room, and you kind of reach capacity on those. So having your Geyser profile page be the place where you conduct the updates on your progress really does lead into like the place where like your community comes and finds you and speaks to you about the updates.
Mm.
Yeah. Where would you place that? Well, what is it? Because I think that's not what Geyser does well. That's not what Geyser does bad. It's more what.
It's more of the opportunity. Yeah, it's like
Right.
um
Opportunity.
yeah.
That's an opportunity, or maybe just to be more descriptive, you can have that as a step in general here, as a um, Telegram
Oh yeah,
ends up being
that's a good point.
to creators want a community, a place for community, but contributors that feel overwhelmed
Mm.
by it. Is that the way to put it? Is that correct?
Yeah.
By joining another channel.
Yeah. Yeah, like these people want to talk to each other. And I also feel this is um like maybe a point about like who is your community. I feel like another unique opportunity that the Geyser can place in the hands of creators is like you've found the users for the thing that you're making here. So they're not even
Mm.
just like your community, they're like your first round of like they're going to use what you make. Like that, like the keychain ATM, like maybe you're interested because you'd like to own that. You'd like to use that.
Such a good one.
What do you mean, double? I'm sure I got it. It sounds powerful, but I'm not sure. What do you mean you found the users for the things you're making? Because did they find it on Geyser? Or do people
um
find it? It goes back to the discovery question. Do they find it on Geyser or do they find it on Twitter? In Discord, and also.
so I think Geyser becomes the place where, well, yeah, that's a good question. Do they find it on Twitter? Well, if we're talking about like if Geyser can represent this place, this community place, where maybe you initially discover their project on Twitter, but you follow their project. Yeah, as you follow the project, as you become the community,
Mm.
you're you're more likely to follow the path to becoming the user
Mm-hmm.
once the project is finished,
Yeah.
and once you've actually been supporting that project too.
It's like support the project that you want to use, basically.
Yeah.
Right. Right. So
So
you're
just like
saying if there's an opportunity, if we provide these places for creators to to to, to engage a community for people, then Geyser could potentially be that place that would help them kind of have a community. Is that kind of what you're
yeah,
saying? If so, what makes Geyser a good place for that? Is it because you're getting funded as well in there?
because you're getting funded, and because um, it's I'm thinking of it like as a meeting place for these two people. Like, one is the creator who's interested in bringing this
Mm.
thing into being, and two is the user who's interested in using the thing. So Geyser is where those two people find each other. That's kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And there's it's a good way of putting it. It's a meeting place of creators and contributors. Now and it is right because if you're already sending people to Geyser to fund, then that might as well also be the place where they can contribute because I've actually noticed that just like you can cross post, you can have multiple links on your Twitter bio, for example. You
Yeah.
can have Twitter, Telegram, Geyser. It's like you have one link,
Mm-hmm.
and if Geyser can provide the functionality of connectedness and engagement, um, then it makes it even more of an actual meeting point.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do we anything else over here?
So join the community, fund the project, check the project updates. Like those three just come into my mind.
Join the
The
community.
jobs.
Yeah, find the community. Check the project updates, join the community, fund the project. I don't know. Yeah.
I like that. I like those three key punchlines. Yep. Do you mean that Mo? Is that you mean that you're saying those are the priority
Yeah,
or?
like I'm listening to the whole like the conversation, and it's just
Mhm.
these are these like things that I'm picking up on. Like it's like the
Mm,
things that keep on coming up
the
again.
threads.
Yeah,
Yeah.
join the community, fund the project, check the project's updates.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah.
So important. Yeah, all of those are so important. Definitely.
Cool. And then, was there anything else that we didn't get to over there?
Let's see here.
Oh, okay. I wrote something here about updating on progress. So, what types of updates do people come back to read, and does Geyser understand something about that from just the projects that already exist? Like I wonder if that's another type of like research that can be done of like what updates are meaningful.
For creators or for contributors?
Uh, Meaningful for contributors. That way,
Mhm.
this is like another list to give a creator as like an
Mm,
educational tip.
Mm,
yeah.
good one.
Like, so I'm just gonna reframe that. Uh, what kind of updates are relevant
Mm-hmm.
for contributors? Yeah, no, but this is well said as well. Lacking understanding on what contributors can practice. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense.
Cool. Yeah, I think that pretty much takes care of what I had to add.
Fantastic. Um, so yeah, so what did you think? Like, what was your key takeaway here? And also importantly, these sort of jobs to be done. kind of
Are they the right ones?
are they which one would you prioritize in terms of um,
Mm.
uh, which ones are very important, and the user, in terms of addressing user issues that we're currently not doing a good job at. I guess also
Yeah.
this is the voting here. So this is the voting is how are we
Oh,
doing? Are we doing right? Maybe quickly we can do that. What's your take
okay.
on how are we launching helping creators launch a project, and be brutal, like no, don't sugarcoat it. Just be absolutely brutal.
Well, okay, so what I would say is like there's still so much potential with launching a project. I think that's unexplored by the creator. And and maybe they don't understand that there's more to understand after they have just set up their project, or there's more to be done after they set up their project. So
Right.
that kind of places the importance then, and our discussion really has kind of reflected this. Um,
I love
it's
that.
like
This is so powerful. Yeah, this is different. This is different. This is a different thing. But yeah,
yeah,
the attitude, right? The attitude, which
yeah,
is,
yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Uh,
So there's the launching the project, and then there's, I would say, like the community involvement after that is the priority.
Hmm.
Um,
all right. So okay. So you said so the that's it. The kind of sit back attitude is let's probably say critical one that needs to be addressed. And let's put that in here. And then the second thing is the actual community building community.
hmm
Cool. What do you think, Mo?
Yeah, I mean, this is just, I've never actually been, this research sprint in itself has been so incredibly insightful for me, because just getting to work with you guys has given me insight into how, we took a very traditional research process and we just kind of tweaked it and turned it on its head. So I've been really enjoying like watching and observing and learning from you guys. Like it's
We
been
go deep.
this has been deep. Like I've not. This has been. I mean, I've loved it. Like what I've loved as well is like I like I'll share the resource in the research channel, and then Mick will have a look at it and like, oh yeah, but like I think if we tweak it like this, that's how it's going to work well for Geyser. So I've really saved all of the resources and everything, and it would be great to make like a bit of a write up or a case study of how this went. And because you've been implementing a lot of the research insights into the website, which, often you don't have that in a project because, maybe they don't have the time or something like that. So, yeah, it's been really, for me, I've really thoroughly enjoyed working with you guys. Thank you so much.
for me,
Likewise.
yeah, I want to
Likewise.
give a big thanks as well, just for being including of me on this project. And yeah, I fully like I want to get that case study made because this has been very valuable. Um, and I went back to like the Notion page, which like was describing like the steps that we were going to take for this project. And I just, something that stood out to me again was like how you stated that you wanted the principles of this initiative to be about open research and experimental research. And that was just like, oh, that feels good, because it's like I'm just doing this for the first time. This has really been an experiment, and it's been pretty insightful, like you're saying, and pretty successful for me. So yeah, just thank you.
Oh,
Yeah, keep on
thank you.
cultivating. I mean, I hope that your work on this project, keeps on inspiring you to work on other projects and contribute to
Absolutely.
the community. And Mick, I don't know if you want to you say something as well in terms of how it's been for you for Geyser and working with community.
It's been great, guys. I really enjoyed it, bouncing idea off of you and getting these great insights. Um, I think I think it's so much fun. It's so much fun to do research, and it's not as fun to do it by yourself.
Nope.
So I appreciate that you guys are a great team to be doing that with. So I've been great, and yeah, I mean, I'm a bit of like a mad hat researcher. Probably noticed, like I take all. I mean, I've done research for many years, so it's I guess after that you can be like, okay, what if we did this way? Or so
Mm.
I kind of really I'm always guided by just my own head and my own logic, my own sense of trying to make organize stuff. But
Yeah.
what's important is really having a both. I think it's really important to have a rigorous kind of frameworks for like, okay, how do we dissect this data, and also kind of creative curiosity
Yeah.
around what you're doing. And I think user research is really blending those two things together. Um, but no, I'm super. I have a call actually in 15, so I'll have to bounce in a few minutes. But yeah, it's been great. I wanna definitely
Yeah.
have you guys continue, and I think we're getting there. I think all these are fantastic insights. Uh, Now, and I think we can think about what the next steps are.
Yeah.
uh, and I think, like you said, a lot of these I think can get us to improve actual like features, and prioritize what we also build. Look, also, to be honest, this has been consistent, right? And maybe also adding in some places as well to our existing research. So that's amazing that
Okay.
you guys are corroborating what's
Yeah.
already been done.
Right. Right.
And um, now the question is, how do you take all these insights and say make them actionable through
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
product? But maybe the answer is not product, right? Maybe the answer
Mm.
is something else. Maybe it's like you said, like information and
Mm.
in all the formats. um, but some of them are definitely product. So as I've said already, get community involved. We're going to integrate Noster posts. So
Yeah. Right.
the cross posting will be will become possible through Geyser. So you can get feedback, you can get community engagement through posts over to your project. So we're moving in that direction now. We have to see, okay, is that the best implementation? And so maybe that could be one also directions that having you guys kind of take a look at what we're building and saying and providing feedback on that if you're interested.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Mick, there's it feels like there's definitely like and Mick is also thinking about working in public and being part of the community and having a channel in the community. So that'll eventually be great if the community would like that and if everyone would like that. But to continue the research as well, it feels like
Oh
there's
yeah,
even one more step
Yeah.
that is the translation of this
Yeah.
jobs to be done map into how does this actually translate into product. And that's actually a really important part because what happens, and I've seen in a lot of projects that I've worked with research, is the research doesn't translate very well into product. And product means so many things. As Nick said,
Mhm.
it could mean creating resources. It could mean adding other functionalities. It could mean information architecture of the website itself. So I feel like we could, if you guys would be up for it, I feel like we could do another call and think about something really practical. How does this jobs to be done map that we've created now directly translate into product? Because it
Yeah.
feels
Me
like
too.
it's still at the moment it still feels like it's this road with all these pebbles. Like there's all the pebbles on the road, but the pebbles don't quite know which groups they belong into. If that makes sense.
Yeah. That sounds great to me. I mean, that's another like a different set of like creative problems to solve. So
Yeah.
that sounds exciting.
And that's something I suggested because I think I could learn a lot from Mick in that regard because, I feel like Mick's the product manager and he's the researcher, he's the everything. So I'm very curious to see how research translates into product, and
yeah,
how that's done. So we could do another call if you guys are up for that, and
Yeah, we'll be
literally
there.
call the research call like how research translates into product, like literally, like that's the bottom line. Yeah,
yeah. I think that sounds great. We could have so what needs to happen now is that all the stuff in Figma is great for this type of jamming, but then I think it's helpful for me to have this bring come together with those product charts that I showed you. Is it?
mm.
Uh, it's
Do
called.
you feel like our minds could just marinate on how it translates into product, just for a little bit, like each on our own, and then we
Yeah.
kind of come together with our marinated solutions, and then have that
Mhm.
as
Totally.
a call, if that makes sense.
Totally.
I love that. Yeah,
Yep.
that's a great
Makes
idea.
sense.
Yeah,
That's a
so
good idea.
I'll come up with my own ideas on how I think it could translate into product, and then Mick on his own, and then Pleppo, you on your own, and then we just
Yeah.
mash everything together.
Sure.
Sounds great. That's a good idea. Let's do that.
And then we have another call based on that, and we can just, message in the community and see what works for all of us, and then set it
Set
up.
that up. Yep.
Yeah,
Sounds great.
this was good. This was really good. Really enjoyed it.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Should we say in 2 weeks from now?
Yeah, cool. 2 weeks is good.
Okay.
We can find a date 2 weeks from now, and then I'll just shoot it out, and then around the same time as well.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
That's good.
same time works. Yeah, so I think any day on the 25th, between the
25th,
25th and 27.
25th, 27. Okay, that's September. Yeah.
Actually, 26, 25, 26 of September. Yeah.
Yeah, that works better for me. 25 or 26. Did both work for me? The 25th or the 26th both work well for me. So
Sure. Yeah. Me too.
Yeah. Any day. Yeah. Feel free to send out a calendar invite for that.
yeah,
Or
send out the calendar invite, Mick, or you
should I
can.
do it?
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead. Ooh, hold on. On the 25th, we have the Bitcoin Design Guide Jam session. So could we do the 26th then,
Let's
please?
do it.
Yeah,
Awesome. Keep it rolling.
perfect.
Awesome.
Let's do this thing. Good
Do
stuff,
it.
guys.
Thank you
so
guys so
much.
much. Thank you so much, and Flatwood especially for doing the for getting out there
Hi,
and doing that
dog.
research.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure. It
All
was a
right.
pleasure.
See
All
you
right,
guys in 2 weeks.
awesome.
Bye.
In 2 weeks. See
Bye-bye.
you guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.